Hi, maths is not only informative and interesting, it can be fun. Here are two puzzles or riddles that we can solve that involve algebra. Try to work them out for yourself before looking at the solutions that I've provided. Okay, here's the first puzzle. We will do it one step at a time. Think of any whole number from 10 to 99. That means 10 will be the smallest and 99 will be the largest that you can choose. Have you got that? You can use pen and paper and a calculator to work these out as we go. Square the number you thought of. So for example, if you thought of the number 5, then you're going to work out 5 squared. 5 times 5, which is 25. Next instruction. Add the answer to the number you started with. Now, the answer that you've got divided by the number you started with. Next step, add 99 to the answer. Now subtract from the answer the number you started with. Do you see how much it relies on the number you started with? Now divide your answer by 10. Next step, add 16 to your answer. And finally, let's suppose that if your answer is 1, it represents the letter A, 2 will be the letter B, 3 will be C, and so on. So for the answer that you obtained, which letter of the alphabet is it? Once you have that, quickly think of an animal that starts with the letter you have. I can do a bit of predicting now. Is the animal that you thought of something like this? It has stripes and looks like a donkey. In other words, a zebra. Okay, let's move on to the next puzzle. Again, this is another one where we think of a number. So firstly, think of any whole number from 10 up to 99. Now add the digits of your number together. In other words, suppose your number is 23. Then you're going to work out 2 plus 3, which of course is 5. Once you've done that, subtract the answer that you have from adding the digits from the number you started with. Now check in the diagram below to see what shape is next to the answer that you've ended up with. Do you like circles? I'm predicting that the answer that you obtained is next to a circle shape of some sort. Am I right? Alright, let's look at the solutions. You can pause the video at this stage if you want to work them out for yourself. Puzzle 1. We started with a number from 10 up to 99. Let's represent that by the letter X. Remember, I mentioned in the introduction that the solution, the proof, requires a bit of algebra. So X will represent the number that we start with. What did we do next? We squared the number, didn't we? So what does that mean? It means X times X, or X squared. Then we added that to the number we started with. Now the number we started with is X, so that means we're adding X squared to that, and that's what it looks like. And then we were asked to divide the answer by the number we started with. That means we're going to divide X squared plus X by X. And there's the working. We factorise the top line, take out a factor of X, and that cancels with the X that is on the denominator. And that leaves us with X plus 1. Then we added 99, so we're going to add 99 to X plus 1. That gives us X plus 100. Then we were instructed to subtract from our answer the number we started with. That means from X plus 100 we're going to subtract X, like that, and that leaves us with 100. Then we divide the answer by 10. That means 100 divided by 10, like that. That gives us 10. And the next step, add 16 to the answer. Well, that's easy, isn't it? 10 plus 16 gives us 26. And then we were asked to match a letter of the alphabet with our answer. Well, the number 26 is the last letter of the alphabet, isn't it? Which is Z. And of course, if we think quickly, the first animal we can think of that starts with Z is a zebra. So what have we shown there? Well, really, we've shown that using algebra, it doesn't matter what number you start with that is from 10 to 99, the answer will always be the number 26. Right, let's look at the proof for the second puzzle. Alright, we're choosing a whole number from 10 to 99 this time. Now, what we're going to do, we won't use x to represent the number, we're going to break it up and use AB to be the two-digit number. So for example, 23. So if you choose 23, then the A will be a 2 and the B will be a 3. The next instruction was to add the digits. That means A plus B. And if you use 23, you're working out 2 plus 3, which is 5. And then we subtract the answer from the number we started with. That means from AB, we're going to subtract A plus B. We have to be careful with this. Remember, AB is our two-digit number, and A plus B are separate digits. So what we do first is to write AB as 10A plus B. Remember, A is the tens part and B is the units part. So AB can be written as 10A plus B. And from that, we can subtract the A plus B as required. And that's what it looks like. AB minus, in brackets, A plus B. And AB we can write as 10A plus B. So it becomes 10A plus B minus A minus B. The B's cancel. And 10A minus A gives us 9A. So all of that comes out to be 9A. And if we use 23 as our starting number, we're really working out 23 minus 5, which is 18. Do you notice something? 9A. For any value of A, they are multiples of 9, aren't they? Such as 9 times 1, 9 times 2, and so on. That's important. Now, what's the smallest answer we can get? Well, the smallest number we can choose to begin with is 10. And if you follow the working, starting with 10, the smallest answer you'll end up with is 9. What's the largest answer? Well, the largest choice to begin with is 99. If you start with that, you end up with the largest answer of 81. They're both multiples of 9, aren't they? Now let's choose from our diagram. If the answer was 18 when we started with 23, it's marked there on the top right in a red rectangle. But do you notice when we mentioned that all the answers are multiples of 9, I've also shown that in the diagram. Do you notice the shape next to each one? They're all circles, aren't they? In other words, it doesn't matter what number we started with, from 10 up to 99, it guaranteed using the algebra that the answer will always come out to be a multiple of 9. So the diagram was contrived to have circle shapes next to each of those multiples of 9. Hope you found these two puzzles useful and informative, and a bit of play, recreational mathematics, I guess we can call it. Show your friends, confuse them first, and then let them sweat it out before you give them the solutions. Until next time, bye-bye.